Alright guys, first of all, I am sick. Second of all, it is actually Monday. I'm recording this video a few hours before you guys see it. It is 11:13 a.m. November 21st when you guys are actually gonna watch this video. So before we even get started, give me a like just for pushing through, being sick, wearing my work clothes. I'm supposed to be to work. Nobody sent this video to my boss. I had to dash out. I've been uploading every single Monday for like months now, and I just couldn't bring myself to break it. Even though I've been sick, even though the weather has been shitty, I just couldn't bring myself to break that upload cycle, and I had all the excuses in the world to do so, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my brand new S14. It's left-hand drive, so I think you call it a 240SX. Instead of I think a Sylvia comes from Japan, so this would be the American version, 240SX, and it has an American V8 motor already installed and a 5-speed gearbox. So let's get into today's video. Alright, and I won't leave you guys in suspense any longer. Here is my S14. Let me just give you a look around the outside before we get into what motor and gearbox is actually in it. It definitely needs a good wash down. Bodywork wise, it doesn't really need much. The front bumper needs to go back on, headlights need to go back in, and the hood has some what do you call that thing? Mold on it. It was sitting underneath the carport and just moisture was getting on it. It has some nice two-piece wheels to it. I'm gonna get these taken apart, cleaned up, put back together. Pretty much this car is torn apart from the inside out, as you can see, and believe it or not, everything to put the car back together is in here, and the other rest of the parts is in the shop. This car is actually not running right now. I know that's the specialty on my channel, to not have things running. Let's take a look in the front. I really like these wheels. I can't wait to get them cleaned up. Like I said, you got mold on the hood. You got to put the headlights in. The hood is actually not even bolted down. That's because of the motor that's sitting in it. It's making the hood unbalanced. You're gonna have to probably cut a hole in the hood or get a cowled hood. But like I said, body wise it's pretty good. Got one little dent up front there, but nothing we can't deal with. This black stuff, I'm gonna put some bleach and I can't remember what's the other thing, and wipe it down just to give it a better look than it is now, because always on this channel we are going to get this thing running long before we paint it. You want to make sure your engine and your trans, your air and everything is good before you waste money into a paint job. But for everyone that's wondering what motor is inside it, I want you guys to pause the video, go in the comment section, and just give me your best guess on what motor you think is in this 240SX. Alrighty, and I hope you guys didn't cheat, but if you guessed that it was a 5.0 liter V8 from a Fox Body Mustang out in the 90s, you guys would be correct. This is a 5.0 swapped, T5 swapped, because there's a gearbox on it, 5.0 from a 90s Mustang. And what I'm going to be doing with it, I'm most likely going to carburate it. So we're going to take all this EI5 stuff off of it, and we're going to just put carbureted manifold, nice carburetor, a vacuum advanced distributor, and we're going to get this thing running. I am going to be using the diff that came with this. I'm going to be making a drive shaft from the T5 gearbox, and I'm going to use the rear end side of the drive shaft that came with this car to make one drive shaft. And like I said, I'm going to be using the T5 side for the gearbox and the stock S14 side for the rear end, and I'm going to make a drive shaft for it. But for right now, this is as far as the previous owner got. The motor's in the car, it's mounted up. The headers need to be I guess worked around the steering shaft. The motor needs to, like I say, be carbureted, or he has the wire harness for this in the car. All you got to do is put power to that, and it should crank up. But I highly doubt I want to go that way. I want to make this as simple as possible, so I'm going to carburate it most likely, and we're going to go from there. Should be a pretty fun car. It should have a good amount of horsepower. I'm probably going to change the stick in it, which is the cam, and go with a nice carbureted intake manifold and a 4-barrel carburetor. Should produce a good amount of power, especially in the stock form, but it definitely needs to be cleaned up. That's probably one of the first things I'll do. The car has been sitting for a while. I need to take all the junk out of the car and put it into my storage room in the shop, separate it properly, and just systematically start going at this car the way I want to. It sounds strange, but I'm probably going to put the interior back together first. I have all the bits for the interior, the dashboard, the seats. I have everything for this, so I just need to put it back in, and then I'll start working on the bumper because it just fell. I'll get the bumper put on properly because it definitely makes the car look better. It came with an intercooler. I'm going to be removing that because it's not going to be boosted. I'm probably going to remove this AC, that smog pump, a couple of things I'm going to do to it, but all of that is for another video. For the most part, this thing is going to be pretty easy for me to work on, because if you guys remembered, I'll put a clip in now, I had a 5.0 swapped, not a new Edge, but I think it was a 96 or 97 Mustang, so I know these engines like the back of my hand. To me, these motors are actually simpler, much more simple than the 4.6. So no matter what's wrong with this, even if you have to replace it, these things are pretty cheap to find as well. But yeah, this is my 5.0 swapped, T5 swapped as well, S14. I don't even know what year this is, so I wouldn't even try to know. I don't know much about 240s or Silvias or anything like that. The best part is none of this area is crumpled or pushed back, so it hasn't been in a wreck as yet. That's pretty solid. That's pretty good to look for. I really like these wheels. The body, like I said, it has these little dings and thing around it, but it looks really nice. I like it a lot. I know I got a good amount of work ahead of me, but this is a project that I've really been looking forward to getting started on. Alright guys, and there you have it. This is the new project for the channel. This is my 5.0 swapped S14. I can't wait to get started on this build. It should be relatively easy, but almost every time I say something's going to be easy, it gets extremely hard. Look forward for me to start uploading more than once a week, even though I've been struggling to upload once a week. Now that I have this S14, I have the 4-valve swap, I have the 2-valve Mustang, and I have the green Mustang, it should be no problem for me to produce content more than once a week. I want to produce, if not 3 to 4 times a week, but that's just wishful thinking. As you can see, I'm in my work clothes now, so I've been working a lot, and I refuse to give up on this YouTube thing. I'm definitely going to keep pushing. I'm definitely going to keep going. For all my supporters, I really appreciate you guys. If you guys want to help me produce better content here on the channel, my PayPal is always in the description below. You can send me any amount, $1 would help, $100 would help, anything would help really. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Always remember, don't drift without your dreams, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.